Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Little and Great, where we explore the hidden truths behind success, money, and mindset. Let me start with a simple question. Why is it that two people can start at the same point, same education, same country, same opportunity, and yet, 20 years later, one becomes a millionaire while the other is still struggling? It's not luck. It's not family. It's how they think. Because the rich don't just work differently, they think differently. And that difference, invisible to most people, is the real foundation of every fortune ever built. Today, we'll break down how the rich see the world in ways that the rest never do. And once you start thinking like them, your life will never be the same again. Your mind is your biggest asset. The rich understand one thing most people never do. Your mind is your first business. Your thoughts are your first investment. Before they build companies, they build mindsets. Poor and middle-class people think about income. Rich people think about assets. The average person asks, "How much can I earn this month?" The rich ask, "How can I build something that earns for me every month?" They see their brain as the factory of wealth. Every idea, every insight, every connection is potential gold. That's why they spend time reading, thinking, journaling, and connecting with mentors. While most people scroll through social media, the rich scroll through possibilities. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Change your thoughts, and you change your results. The rich think in systems, not paychecks. The poor think in hours. The rich think in systems. A poor person asks, "How much can I earn per hour?" A rich person asks, "How can I design something that earns every hour, even without me?" That's why the rich build systems, businesses, investments, brands. Let's take an example. A man opens a coffee shop. He spends all day there, making coffee himself. He owns a job, not a business. But another person builds a system, hires staff, automates operations, opens multiple locations. That's a business owner, someone who's no longer trading time for money. Most people think working hard equals wealth, but in reality, it's working right that matters. The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. The game is the same, but the rules they play by are different. The rich think long-term, not short-term. This is one of the biggest mindset differences in the world. Most people think in days or weeks. The rich think in years or decades. That's why average people chase fast results, quick profits, or instant gratification. The rich plant trees that will bear fruit for generations. When others are asking, "How can I double my income next month?" The rich are asking, "How can I double my impact in the next 10 years?" The poor mindset wants security. The rich mindset wants growth. They know that patience is the ultimate competitive advantage, because while everyone else quits, they're still compounding. Warren Buffett built his fortune over 70 years of consistency. Jeff Bezos built Amazon with a 10-year plan before profits. Most people can't even commit to a plan for 10 months. The poor want to look rich fast. The rich want to stay rich forever. The rich see failure as feedback. Here's another mental shift that defines every successful person. Most people fear failure. They see it as proof they're not good enough. The rich embrace failure. They see it as data, feedback from reality. They don't ask, "Why did I fail?" They ask, "What can I learn from this to win next time?" That's why they move faster, because if they're not paralyzed by fear, failure doesn't end their story. It refines it. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. He said, "I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work." Same with Elon Musk. He's had rockets explode, cars recalled, and critics everywhere. But he never stopped thinking forward. That's the difference. The poor stop at failure. The rich grow from it. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the foundation of it. The rich think in value, not price. Most people focus on cost. The rich focus on value. The average person asks, "How much does it cost?" The rich ask, "What is it worth in the long run?" That's why the poor see education as an expense, and the rich see it as an investment. A poor mindset says, "I can't afford that." A rich mindset says, "How can I afford that?" One closes the mind. the other opens it. When you focus on cost, you stay small. When you focus on value, you start to grow. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Warren Buffett. That's why the rich spend thousands on knowledge, mentorship, or assets. Because they know those things multiply. They don't fear spending. They fear stagnation. The rich think in terms of leverage. The rich know one truth. No one gets wealthy by effort alone. They multiply through leverage. People, capital, media, and time. They don't say, I'll do it all myself. They say, who can help me do it faster and better? Poor people chase independence. Rich people chase interdependence. They build teams, hire experts, and partner with people smarter than them. They see delegation as strength, not weakness. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's why the rich have networks, because networks create net worth. Every relationship is a bridge to new opportunities. Every collaboration is a shortcut to growth. You can't build an empire alone, but you can build one with the right people. The rich control their emotions. Money doesn't respond to logic. It responds to discipline. When the market crashes, the poor panic and sell. The rich stay calm and buy more. When everyone gets excited, the poor jump in late. The rich quietly exit. They don't chase trends. They read patterns. Because they know, the market transfers wealth from the emotional to the disciplined. It's not that the rich don't feel fear. They just don't let fear make decisions for them. They trust strategy over emotion, numbers over noise, logic over panic. That's why they win in the long run, because consistency beats chaos every single time. The rich think in terms of freedom, not money. Most people chase money. The rich chase freedom, because money without time is slavery in disguise. The poor want a higher salary. The rich want control of their schedule. The poor say, I want to make more. The rich say, I want to own my time. That's why the rich build assets that pay them to live life on their own terms. They don't dream of vacations. Their life becomes one. True wealth isn't a big house or a luxury car. It's the ability to wake up and choose what to do with your day. The goal isn't money. The goal is freedom. And the only way to reach that level is to think like an owner, not an employee. The rich think in terms of impact. Here's something deeper. When poor people think about success, they think about survival. When rich people think about success, they think about significance. The poor ask, how can I make more money? The rich ask, how can I make more difference? And money will follow. Steve Jobs didn't build Apple just to get rich. He wanted to put a dent in the universe. Elon Musk doesn't build rockets for fame. He builds them to push humanity forward. That's the true secret. When your mission becomes bigger than your ego, money becomes a side effect of meaning. The final shift: think like a creator. If there's one lesson to remember, it's this. The poor consume, the rich create. Poor people consume entertainment, the rich create it. Poor people consume products, the rich sell them. Poor people consume content, the rich produce it. Every time you consume, someone else profits. Every time you create, you move closer to freedom. You don't need millions to start. You just need the mindset of a creator, not a consumer. Start with one idea, one product, one video, one decision, and the compounding will begin. So, my friend, it's not money that separates the rich from the poor. It's mindset. They think differently. They play long-term. They use leverage. They invest in themselves. And they build systems that give them freedom. If you start thinking like them, even just a little each day, your world will begin to shift. Like this video if it opened your eyes. Share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. Subscribe to Little and Great Philosophy, where we turn ideas into power and power into freedom. Because remember, the richest place on earth is not a bank. It's the human mind that knows how to think differently.